Welcome to SmartLiving training configuring dialer. Here are the topics we will cover in this session. The SmartLiving system can send alarm events in the following ways. It is required for GSM reporting to install the Nexus Gsm Module, and for any IP reporting methods, to install the SmartLAN module. For voice reporting through to a mobile phone, the SmartLogo voice module must be installed. There are 15 programmable dialer numbers that can be used for event reporting. Phone numbers 1 and 2 are pre-configured for dialing through to a monitoring station. Phone numbers 3 through 15 are available for voice and SMS reporting. All dialer events and reporting codes can be changed if required, but are pre-programmed, ready to use. Reporting through to a monitoring station requires a phone number programmed into phone 1 and optionally a backup into phone 2, along with a client account number. Phone numbers 1 and 2 on the system are pre-programmed by default to report zone alarms, restores, bypasses and troubles, keypad emergency and panic alarms, away and stay mode open-close reports, low battery AC fail and other system troubles and faults, and weekly test reports. To configure contact ID reporting, enter installation programming, scroll down and select telephones, choose the select number option, select phone number 1, and then select the number. Enter in the number for the monitoring station and press OK to save. Next select type, and then confirm that contact ID is set. Press OK to confirm. By default, contact ID is set for phone numbers 1 and 2, but always make sure. Next select account code and enter the 4-digit account code, then press OK to save. Next select the partitions option to set which partitions will report through to this number. Use the check buttons to set the partitions to dial to this number and press OK to save. Partition 1 is configured automatically to report through. If a backup number is required, repeat these steps for telephone 2. If telephone 2 is set to a different partition, it will act as a primary number for that partition instead. If multiple numbers are required for multiple partitions, use the software to set up additional numbers quickly. All dialer reports for contact ID voice and SMS are configured within the Events menu. Every system event can be programmed to trigger a message on activation and restoral. Contact ID and voice are pre-programmed by default and do not require programming, but can be changed if required. SMS messages require the option Enable SMS to be set on for an event to report through to a program number. Numbers must also be enabled to receive SMS messages. Here is an example from the software showing a Zone 1 alarm event. When the event activates, it will send a message to numbers 1 through 10 if programmed, trigger siren outputs, record the event to memory, and announce a voice message, Zone Alarm, Zone 1. When the event restores, it will send a message to phone numbers 1 and 2 and record the event to memory. As you'll note, restore is not sent to any additional numbers. To change the reporting of events, such as open and close reports, which are enabled by default, enter installation programming, scroll down to the Events menu, and then scroll down and locate the option Partition Away Armed. Select Partition, then select Activation, then select Telephone Numbers. Use the check options to deselect or select numbers to report to. Press OK to save. Repeat this for restoral events. You must also repeat this for the Stay Arming events. Locate the event Partition Stay Armed. To configure the automatic dialer test, enter Install Programming, scroll down to Other Parameters, and then select Periodic Event. Select Periodic Event 1, then select the periodic interval and enter a new interval for test calls. Press OK to save. By default, test calls are set for 168 hours, which is 7 days. To configure what time the test call takes place, within the Periodic Event 1 menu, select Time per Event, and then use the arrows to set the date and time. press OK to save. This will set the time and date of the first test call, and then subsequent calls will be made based on the timer. If this operation is not done, then the test call time will be when exiting program mode. A test call is always made when exiting program mode, but an additional call will be made at the program time. To configure additional events, refer to Install Manual page 63 for a table of all system events. Select the required event to configure, and follow the previous steps to enable and disable reports by selecting the number to report to. The SmartLiving system can offer comprehensive voice reporting information direct to a mobile phone, including event and zone descriptions. Phone numbers 3 through 10 have been pre-programmed for voice reporting. This means that they do not have events programs such as open and close and test reports. The SmartLiving Logo 30S voice module, Ness part number 106-409, is required for voice messaging. This is a plug-and-play module that simply connects to the board. The voice module is pre-programmed with default voice messages, but can be reprogrammed using a PC. Using the SmartLiving software, text-to-speech can be used to create any message desired. To configure a voice dialed number, enter installation programming, scroll down and select telephones, choose the option select number, select telephone number 3, then select number to program the mobile number to dial to. Press OK to save. Ensure no voice numbers have been entered into phone numbers 1 and 2. Still within number 3, select type, and then select voice call as the type. Press OK to confirm. Phone numbers 3 through 10 are set to disabled by default. Repeat the previous steps for any additional numbers. Additional numbers will be dialed if a call is not confirmed with the star key. The installer must first enable the option to confirm a call with the star key before the customer can confirm their calls. Without enabling this option, all numbers will be dialed in turn. To enable call confirm, enter install programming, select panel options, and locate the option confirm with star. Use the check keys to select the option and press OK to save. The user can now confirm a voice call by pressing star to prevent it from calling additional numbers. The SmartLiving voice module is preloaded with all the generic system messages for both voice reporting and voice enunciations from touchscreen keypads. Using the Ness SmartLiving software, it is possible to use text-to-speech to create custom messages for all zones and events in the system. This is just a brief overview of how this can be achieved. Here is an example of a Zone 1 alarm event. The voice message is configured to announce Zone Alarm, Zone 1. We will now demonstrate how to change Zone 1 to say Front Door. First, double-click the Message B event icon. This will open up a voice editor window. Type in the new message that you wish to create. Open the voice selection window and select a voice type. You can test the voice type before selecting. Apply the voice type and then select the record button to render the message. Press play to test the new message. Once complete, send to the control panel to apply. The alarm message will now say Zone Alarm, Front Door. All event messages can be edited. Dialer monitoring is enabled by default. The system will monitor for a line voltage and display an error if it is not found. The T symbol indicates dialer status. A solid icon means the dialer is active, and a flashing icon means there is a dialer fault. Line monitoring must be disabled if the system will not be connected to a phone line. To enable and disable line monitoring, enter installation programming, select the panel options menu, and then locate the option Line Down Signal. Use the check buttons to set the option and press OK to save. This option disables the keypad display for line fault, but an event is still recorded in the event log. To enable and disable dial tone detect, enter install programming, select the panel options menu, and select dial tone check. Use the check buttons to set the option and press OK to save. When disabled, the panel will engage the line and dial after 2 seconds regardless of a dial tone. To select pulse or Dtmf dialing, enter installation programming, select panel options, and then locate the option pulse dialing. Set the option on for pulse dialing or off for Dtmf. Press OK to save. By default, the panel is set to pulse dialing. To set the number of dial attempts, enter installation programming, scroll down to telephones, and then select max number of attempts. Enter the required number of attempts and press OK to save. The optional Nexus G Gsm module is a bus-connected GSM dialer that can be used as a primary or backup dialer for contact ID and voice reporting, as well as sending and receiving SMS commands. When installing the GSM module, it should be noted that up to 900 mA is required. You may need an auxiliary power supply on larger systems. Install the module in a good location where the antenna can get good reception. The GSM connects to the system's iBus via a 4-wire shielded data cable. Insert an activated SIM without a pin lock, and it is recommended to not use a prepaid SIM. Place the service jumper on the panel so the system can enroll the GSM module. Allow up to 2 minutes for the GSM to connect to the network. You can use the onboard LED feedback to determine faults and signal quality. LED 1 indicates panel communication. If the GSM is connected to the panel, this light should be blinking. LED 2 indicates a GSM module tamper or a fault with the iBus communications. This LED should be off. LED 3 is a fault indicator. If this LED is lit, press button P2 to indicate the fault. The fault will then be displayed by LEDs 1, 2 or 3. LED 4 is a communication signal LED. This blinks to indicate GSM signal and connection status. A fast flash means it is searching for a signal, and a slow flash means it's connected to the network. To check signal strength, press button P1. This will read out 1 LED for a weak signal, 2 LEDs for a good signal, or 3 LEDs for an excellent signal. To configure the GSM as a primary dialer channel, enter installation programming, scroll down to telephones, choose select number, then select the number to program. Select the channel option and then select the Nexus as the primary channel and select OK to save. Repeat this for all numbers to communicate using the GSM. To set the GSM as a backup channel, first make sure that the dialer numbers are programmed for Pstn as the primary channel. Enter installation programming, scroll down to telephone, choose select number and then select the number to program. Select options and then select the option backup on other channel. Use the check keys to set this option and press OK to save. To set the Pstn as a backup to the GSM, simply set the channel for the number to GSM with the backup channel option set. The Nexus GSM can send SMS messages for events and can also receive SMS commands to the control panel. SMS messaging can be programmed via the keypad, but PC software is recommended to make the task much quicker. Software is required to allow commands to be sent to the panel via SMS for control. Numbers programmed to receive SMS should not be enabled for voice calls, or both will go through at the same time. To configure a number for SMS, first program the telephone number, and then for the number, select the type and set to none, pressing OK to save. Next, select the number's options and set the option Receive SMS. Press OK to save. To configure events to send SMS, each event must have the number to report to, but must also have an option Enable SMS set. We will look at setting up Zone 1 alarm to send an SMS. Enter installation programming, scroll down to Events, and select the event Zone Alarm. Select Zone 1, select Activation, then select Options, and scroll down to the option Enable SMS. Set this option to On, and press OK to save. It is also recommended to check that telephone numbers are activated for these events. Repeat this process for all other events to send SMS messages for. The automatic SMS option allows the panel to generate a message automatically. For instance, Zone 1 Alarm will send the SMS, date, time, zone alarm, and the name of the zone. This option should be set for all messages unless PC software is used to create custom messages. The keypad will display an SMS symbol whenever the panel is sending an SMS message. This can be useful when testing the system. Up to 50 custom SMS messages can be programmed to send from any system event instead of the automatically generated messages. The system can also receive SMS commands from approved mobile phones to operate system functions such as arm, disarm, gate control, and other functions. The Ness SmartLiving software is required to configure these options. This completes this training module.